Welcome, weary hero! Come in and pull up a chair by the fireplace. Grab and enjoy a tankard or two of your favorite brew. Listen to your fellow Nephalem trade stories of their journeys throughout Sanctuary. Welcome, hero, to the Scythe and Shield.
Hello, fellow Nephalem. How are you? It's great to be back after all these years. I'm Scythe, and you've stepped back into the Scythe and Shield Rebirthed Podcast. Now, a lot of new faces have popped up over the years that the show has been on hiatus the last 4 or 5 years in our lovely Diablo 3 community. There are some faces that have been around that long, but I'm just discovering now, somehow, some way, we're a small, tight community, yet we know each other, yet somehow, some way, still finding new people. Anyways, and there are also people who are just appearing above the veil as far as new faces are concerned, and that's why I need you, the listener, to help me find them. So with that, the Scythe and Shield Rebirth Podcast aims to carry on the legacy of the Scythe and Shield original podcast, which was essentially just me getting to know the individual on the other side of the webcam, the guest of that week, and just figure out what makes them tick, what's underneath that battle tag, take a crowbar to it, beat it up a little bit, but all in good fun, you know, no violence. Just like feel that we all have a deeper connection to each other in our community and have a greater sense of purpose and belonging. That's it. There will be discussions about the game itself that will creep in everyone, but that's not going to be the main focus. It's going to be about the individual that week and just getting to know each other. Take a little break from the hype trains and the disappointments along the way. You know, something different, because, you know, we can all use something different some of the time. So, the podcast is aiming to be released every 2 weeks, and real life is the bane of all content creators, influencers, streamers, podcasters, etc., etc., etc. So it may go 3 weeks without having a podcast, or who knows, maybe I'll be able to throw in a bonus episode there every once in a while. You can you'll be a bridge of all that kind of stuff on the website and all the various social channels that I have set up as well. And the show itself is going to be comprised of 3 main segments. The first one being
Hail Nephalem.
And that's where we're gonna, you know, actually get to know who the person is, how did they come to Diablo in general, and how they got to their community building, and, you know, what they feel is in the future for them, as well as other questions that I may have, or you, the listener, may have as well. The second segment is
7 Deadly Sins.
And that's basically meant to be a quick-fire, try to trip up, try to confuse and confuse the guests, try to get more honest answers than would normally get session. 7 Deadly Sins, 7 questions. Don't all follow the 7 Deadly Sins, some of them don't, but, you know, just a quick little intermission section between all this. And the last one being,
Hear ye, read all about it, the burning times.
and that's basically where I hopefully each guest will bring a topic that they feel needs a little bit more spotlight, whether it's this class needs this much work, or this game mechanic really sucks, or this game mechanic is really good and just want to shout it from the rooftop, and why is no one listening or caring, you know, anything and everything. That's what this section is, and if the guest doesn't have one for that particular week, then I'll have one in the wings ready to go. So with that, thank you again for joining me on this adventure. You know when to expect new shows to pop up, what the show purpose is about, and generally I hope you enjoy. I hope you really like what I'm trying to do out here, what I did in the past, and just carrying it all forward, continuing the legacy of the old show itself. So with that, If you would like to continue following the show, you can go to the main website at scytheandshield.com, and that's all the social links are there, including the direct Discord links, which is the easiest way of getting to the Discord server, but I'll talk about that in a little bit later. If you'd like to email the show, that would be scytheandshield@gmail.com. If you'd like to follow the show on Twitter, that would be @scytheandshield. If you would like to follow or communicate with myself on Twitter, that would be @dreadscythe. And as I mentioned before with the Discord, that's where a bulk of the interaction, community building, and just overall chat will go, as well as you'll have an opportunity to suggest future guests for future shows, as well as suggest questions for those future guests. I really want to strive and really try to give you, the listener, a voice and try to work a couple of your questions in there. So if you ever want to know, does Riker actually do any other impressions, or does Big Daddy Den play any other class besides the Witch Doctor and Necromancer? You can go there and ask those questions there. And if I like the question or feel that I can make a couple questions out of it, I will do so, and maybe I'll even give you a shout out. I haven't decided yet, but we'll go from there. So again, with that, thank you for joining me. Thank you for coming along with this adventure. Continue hacking and slashing those demons. Slay well, my friends. Have a good night.